water, please?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So I like to apologize if I smell like champagne.
David, huge congratulations. How special is this?
Yeah, of course it is. I think everybody knows that the last time that this club was in the Premier League is 45 years ago, and not a lot of people, or the people who can remind about it, are very old. So this is a big achievement, and I'm so happy, so proud about my players, my group, and I'm happy for the whole town, every employer who helped Huddersfield Town to make the steps forward, and of course especially for the chairman who backed nearly all of my ideas, even when he thought maybe it's ridiculous. He said, okay, come on, if you are sure, we do it. And now we've done it. So we set no limits. Now we know where our limit is. The limit is in the Premier League. We are very happy, even when I like to say that this competition, if you win it, it's great, but the other three teams, they played such a great season, especially Reading. Today did a fantastic job and played a very good season, and unfortunately they are in the Championship next season again. So this is a very hard competition, to be fair, and my thoughts are with the other three teams as well.
You've had a very small budget relative to the rest of the teams in the Championship, which was about £12 million. What does that say about the Championship and how football teams, if they're coached well and play well with players with the right mentality, can achieve?
It's much less than £12 million, to be fair. But again, we said we wanted to leave our comfort zone, because if we are not able to leave our comfort zone, we will not be competitive. And I asked the player a lot of time where they had to leave the comfort zone, and they did it. And it's great that they get paid back something for what they invested. And we said this before, we wanted to find new ways to be competitive. I'm so happy that we have proven that experience is not everything, especially here in England, maybe because England is so traditional. Since I arrived, I was always in confrontation with experience, no experience in English football, no experience in the league, no experience in winter break, no experience in playoffs. Experience is important, but if you have passion, desire, and an idea, you can match it. And I'm so happy that we have proven that this is possible, and that we brought this fairy tale to a happy end, and it makes me unbelievably happy.
You will be a Premier League manager. How does that sound?
Yeah, it's okay. So I haven't thought about it, to be fair, even about my personal standing rather than the standing of individual players or the whole club. This was nothing what was in my head, and will not come today in my head, to be fair. Today it's only celebration, and we were only focused on this final, and yeah, they've done it. And I said to the players before the playoffs, you are heroes. What you've done, you are 5th in the league, played an unbelievable season. The small Huddersfield Town, you made so many players proud. You are heroes. But from here to zero in football, sometimes it's only a week. And you have the opportunity to become legends. And they've done it. So there are now legends for sure. Everybody will remind about this group of players, what they've done, with what small budget they've done it, and they deserved it. It wasn't a fluke. So there were so many setbacks for us in the past. We had so many problems, especially because we didn't have the biggest squad together. But we were totally independent from everything what was around us, or the circumstance. We only trusted and believed in ourselves, and it's so happy that this came to a happy end.
Have you had a chance to do any contingency planning in case you were in the Premier League, or does it all start now?
Of course, I made my head around, but to be fair, as nearer as the playoffs came, as more it went into the back of my head, because my focus was only at first on Sheffield and then now on this final Reading. So we were in the playoffs, I think 2 or 3 weeks before the end of the season. This was the time where I thought a little bit what we can do, what will we do, but in the last 3-4 weeks it was not in my head, and I like to leave it away, to be fair. At least till tomorrow. Hopefully I'm able to leave it far away a little bit longer to enjoy and to celebrate what we've done so far.
Will you be able to be loyal to the group of players you have, or will you have to strengthen significantly, do you think, to compete in the Pro Game?
Again, this is exactly what I don't like to think about at the minute. I only like to think about what they've done, and everything what is in front of us. I think there will be enough time.
David, what's going through your head when Michael Heffley misses the penalty?
What he has to say for. Listen, we have experience in penalty shootouts after the semi-final, and of course it's the tightest decision you can have in football. Penalty shootout. We had it twice. We won it twice. I think when we've seen the 120 minutes we deserved to win this football match, I think we had the bigger chances even when we changed our game plan against Reading. Reading is so strong in ball possession, it makes no sense to press them high and to chase them. You will waste your energy because they are so good that you will not touch the ball. So this was the reason why we said, okay, we wanted to sit deeper, play from the transition, from the counter-attack, and I think it worked out. Over a big part of the game, we had 2 very good opportunities from Izzy Brown and Hef, and the third one later from Naki. I think we did it well, and at the end, as I said, penalty shootouts are always very tight decisions, and we had Wardy, and I said to the players before the penalty shootout, listen boys, it's the easiest thing for you, this group, to put the ball from 12 yards into the net. And now you work 10 months and you have the chance, the opportunity to come into the Premier League, and for this you only have to put the ball from 12 yards into the net. So look on this easy challenge and this great opportunity you have and take the ball and put it in. So everybody who said to you, come on, you come in the Prem, if you put the ball from 12 yards into the net, will raise his hands and say, yes, okay, give me this opportunity. And they had the opportunity and they used it.
You said you never practiced penalties before Sheffield Wednesday. Did you practice penalties before today?
No, we haven't done this yesterday. Some players took some penalties, but this wasn't my advice. They only took some penalties. I was pretty surprised, to be fair, as when Shindy came and stand beside me and said, okay, I like to take the 5th one. I thought, okay, it's you, Shindy. But he was totally confident and wanted to have the 5th one. Usually I had Casey in my head, and he took it and he put it in. So credit to him.
What do you make of the fan support as well? 39,000 coming down to watch the team from far and wide as well.
Yeah, I heard over the whole week that the shop sold more and more tickets, and I heard from the people who are much more longer connected with this football club than I am, that this is something extraordinary, something unusual. And I followed today in the hotel our homepage, and I saw the tweets when the whole highway was blue and white, and the railways, the stations, the fuel stations were occupied with Huddersfield Town supporters. And when we arrived, or when we drove from the hotel to the stadium, it was an unbelievable atmosphere. And today I didn't have to do so much in terms of motivation. They were totally on fire, and I think we've seen this today.
Finally, Tommy Smith, we've seen him on crutches. How is he?
I haven't spoken with him, but if Tommy goes out of the grass, it is something serious. Hopefully not as serious as it is that he is not able to start the preseason. But I haven't no further information at the minute.
David, can I just ask you, it's going to be Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs coming to Huddersfield next season. How special will that be for you, for the players, and for the town?
Of course it is special. So we met Man City in the season in the cup. So we had a okay cup run as well in the season. Now I think about it. Yeah, it will be great. So, but this is again, I think I need a few weeks that I really feel how great this is, and then we will prepare us like we've done for all the other championship games as well, and we are happy that Huddersfield Town are able to be a part in the Premier League.
David, I know you don't want to look too much to the future, but given that Danny has saved 3 penalties in 2 shootouts, do you think that one of the calls you might have to make this summer will be to Jürgen to ask if you can keep it for another year?
I think I have a lot of calls to do, to be fair. And maybe this is why I don't like to make my head around it, because I know how much work is in front of me. So there are a few phone calls, and I will speak with Jürgen for sure as well. Not only about Danny, about everything what happens. So let's give me some time to make my head around what is in front of us, and then.
We saw you quite a bit of announcing of being in the press box, watching some games. Are you looking forward to going back as an equal to Jürgen as a Premier League manager, rather than just as the Championship manager?
This is as well something I haven't thought about. Yes, I probably will meet him on the sideline in the Premier League. It will be funny for sure. When we had the friendly, he was the first manager. He came in my manager office before the game, and we drank a cola. So I'm unsure if this happens in a Premier League match again, but from my point of view, I think it could happen.
Do you think will the 4th official be able to cope with you two guys? Technical errors beside each other, jumping up and down, getting excited?
Yeah, to be fair, if the whistle starts and the game starts, he and me either sometimes are out of control. Even if he's my pal, I don't have to agree with everything what he is doing. So, but we will see.
So what are the next steps for you, like the upcoming days? What are you going to do? Just celebrate and dance? Or sleep?
Yeah, my next step is shower. Take a shower for sure. So, and then we drive back to Huddersfield. And to be fair, I've known not more. I think we will celebrate tonight for sure. What happens tomorrow, I have no idea. I'm not involved, but I'm totally sure that we have some very smart, intelligent, proud, happy people. They organize something, and this should be a celebration which everybody has waited 45 years for. So should be one of the better ones.
Is he going to get more calls from Germany sooner or later? Are you going to even pick up the phone, or can you rule that out?
No problem to speak with all my friends from Germany.
No,
so
I was talking about other clubs that might be.
Okay. I said this before. We all together know this business. If you are successful, they praise you, and if you are unsuccessful, they blame you or they kick you. So I think this football club has written an unbelievable story. This fairy tale, even if I speak about it, I cannot believe it. What happened when you've seen where we started, and when you see how big the dog in these divisions are, which we left behind us. And anything else, again, what happens in the next season, we will see.
David, what did you make of Aaron White today, and how important has he been to you this season?
Yeah, he was an outstanding player for us in this season. I said this before. Aaron is the heart of our game. He is able to decelerate when necessary or accelerate the game if you need it. He's so confident and calm on the ball, and has developed his fighting attitude since he arrived, because he arrived as a number 10, and usually number 10s are not the best fighters. Now, since he played a little bit deeper, he He has a great fighting attitude as well. You usually not find often a player who is so comfortable on the ball and has such a great fighting attitude. And he is one of an outstanding player we had in the season, and we are very happy that he was with us. And maybe this is a further phone call I have to do.
Would you like him to stay? Would you like him to be able to sign on?
Yeah, of course. I would like to have Aaron Moy. I would like to have all of my players with me in the next season. What is possible, we will see. But as I said, give me a few days' time to think about it.
David, this will not be made in pre-season in Sweden, where you did something very different to what we're used to. Do you think that over the playoffs, where you've got penalty shootouts all the way, that togetherness is being proven? Do you think that really contributes to it?
Let's say it was a starting point to develop this togetherness and to bound this group together. And over the 10 or now nearly 11 months where we are together, this bonding and togetherness grows up more and more. This was only a starting point. It isn't as easy only to go to Sweden and then you will be successful. But it was a small detail which helped us to find together maybe quicker than you usually find together as a football team. And then we did some further things as a football club. So we created a family day. We created in stadium a family area. We brought the missuses, girlfriends, women and childs to a training camp in Marbella, and now before the playoffs we brought them together to Portugal. So this is a real strong group we have there, not only in the dressing room, even the partners as well. And they have shown to the outside, and this as well have shown the whole football club, to be fair, over the season.
Just you've had a bit of fun, I think, with Ian Holloway. Is it personally very satisfying? Because I suppose when you came in, people may have been saying, we don't know that much about David Wagner, now we all know about him.
No, it isn't personal. So best regard to Ian Holloway, and he was probably not the only pundit who thought, okay, we will get relegated before the season. And to be fair, lately after the preseason, I was totally sure we will not be in relegation trouble. So I'm experienced enough to know how strong this group was, that this group will not be in relegation trouble. That we developed and improved as quick as we did, I think this is credit to the player and to the backroom staff. But this isn't personal. I know that pundits sometimes they have to say something. Sometimes they haven't said it, and it's written because it's easier for the other guys. So I'm happy that he delivered me an opportunity which I sometimes used in my meetings, especially when we played QPR, and he was the manager of QPR, so it was easy for me to motivate my players after what he said before the season. But this isn't personal, everything okay.
David, seen some smaller teams come up in the Premier League the last couple of years, Bournemouth, Burnley, they've managed to solidify themselves. Is there any club that's been a model in the back of your mind that you'd like us to follow?
No, I'm not experienced enough. I have no experience about Bournemouth, Burnley. I know a little bit about the clubs, but I haven't followed their story, how they came to this stage. I know that Burnley got promoted, relegated and promoted back, but I think, and I said this before, we have to be focused on ourselves, and this football club has to be focused on themselves. I think this football club created now an identity, and this was always our target, that we create an identity in the style of football where maybe even if we have neutral jerseys, the people from outside are able to say, okay, it could be Huddersfield which is playing there. And I think it makes no sense to compare us with the other small clubs you said, like Bournemouth or Burnley. This football club has to create his own story, and I think they are on the way.
Excellent. Are you okay with the term Wagner revolution now? You spoke to you in the season and you said you're not really good, but now fine.
Yeah, okay. Then I have to praise now our commercial department for the slogan. So, but I'm still not happy about it because I don't like to focus success on one player or person. This is a team which brought this over the line, and this was the reason why I wasn't happy about this slogan. But I like to praise now our commercial department for all the ideas they had over the last 12 months.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.